Hello, good evening, this is Diecast Looney. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another episode of Vintage Matchbox Mondays. Episode 39, I believe, of Vintage Matchbox Mondays. I think it's going to be exactly the same as last week. This is going to be a part 2. It's going to be more cars with tow hitches, more Matchbox cars with tow hitches. Hence for the Will It Tow in the beginning of the title. This is not a continuation of a challenge, it's just the fact that I'm going to be showing more pieces from my collection that have tow hitches. As because I'm having more problems getting cars for the videos, as the guy was shut pretty much all of last week. I haven't heard or seen know what's going on. I just assume that obviously he must be having treatments and he's just not been able to open his shop up, unfortunately. So I'm going to venture back again this week, hoping that the cars I put aside I can pick up, so that I'm going to pick up a few extra ones, I think, in mind of Vintage Monday episodes. So I might try and pick up enough so I can do a couple of weeks at a time. But anyway, I'm going to show, like I said, some more pieces from my collection with tow hitches, so we'll get straight into it. And this is something I can do forever, but I don't particularly want to do it forever. This is just better than nothing, so to speak. But anyway, so as you can see, if we zoom in, one of my favourite older pieces with the plain wheels. This is obviously the vintage Matchbox MG 1100 in really nice condition, pretty much near mint, or as good as it gets. All the bright work is in fabulous condition, no real tarnishing. The base is nice. So there you go, Matchbox series number 54, so 64 I believe. MG 1100, made in England, and I think it was Paul from Which City Collector. I think he had a go at doing the Will It Tow challenge, and he showed one of these himself, so they are about. But I would love to find the super fast version, which is in a like a light blue with obviously the narrow super fast wheels. But this is a very cool piece. And obviously I've got out a super fast caravan, so I've got a different caravan out this week, and there we go, good combination. So anyway, we'll move this to one side, I'm going to put that off to one side. And then the next piece is going to be this little Matchbox Jeep. I think this is probably from around about the late 70s, possibly 1980. So a little look underneath, so it should say Matchbox Superfast, number 38 Jeep, made in England, all that good stuff. Copyright 1978, I believe, no, 1976, I stand corrected. But like I said, I'm sure this is from about 1978, 79. But it is pretty cool. And again, in really quite nice condition. A little bit of dust, but that is no problem. And again, it should take the caravan no problem. So pretty cool. This is a particularly cool piece. I showed its counterpart, or its modern excuse me, counterpart last week's episode. I think it was the Maxi Taxi, and this is the car the Maxi Taxi is based on, and this is known as the Hot Rocker, I believe, in this sort of almost a lime green. And this car is not mint, but it is in very good, what I like to call, survivor condition. But again, has the tow hitch, obviously has the rocking engine, and it is based on the Capri. So there we go, Matchbox Roller-Matics, number 67, Hot Rocker, 1973 copyright. But this is what the Maxi Taxi is based on, and I believe, off the top of my head, I believe they also do a like a red colour. One of these red, yeah, sorry, it is red, like a reddy orange colour, which I'm yet to find. There you go, there goes the engine, and again, it does still roll very nice. And these earlier Superfasts, they did roll very nicely, as you can see. So that's a cool piece, and obviously we'll quickly try it out. And that would be quite funny if in real life you've seen this car with a blowing engine poking through, pulling a caravan. But anyway, so that's that. And then staying with the Capri theme, this is another particular piece I like. This is obviously this is the Ford Capri, and it is in what looks like, I'm not quite sure if it's a pinky purple or what the actual colour is, but again, it is in pretty nice condition. Again, it's in nice survivor condition. I also have an orange version of this, but I'm not showing that at the moment. And then obviously it has the opening bonnet to reveal the little 4-banger engine, little 4-cylinder, and quite nicely detailed as well. So a little look underneath. So there we go, Matchbox series number 54. Excuse me, losing my voice. Ford Capri, made in England, 1970 copyright. So again, it's even older again. So pretty cool. And we'll do the same old. There we go, doors open on the caravan. So pretty cool. And then got an even older one, and it is quite an early, or at least a lot earlier than that. And this is obviously the Mustang. So let's have a little look. It should say made in England by Lesney, Matchbox series number 8. Just says Mustang, and I believe this is based on the 65 Mustang. But very cool. And like I said, at some point I think somebody has burnt a hole, I don't know why, through the back window. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of that was, but other than that, this thing would have been pretty much near mint. And these are getting hard to find. You very rarely see these in nice condition, and if you do, they fetch really silly money. They really have gone right up of recent years. But there you go, it's got the steering, which works quite nicely. It's got like a hard plastic tyre on a chrome hub, but very cool. And obviously it has suspension, and again has the tow hitch. I'm not too fussed about the hole in the rear window, as I didn't pay very much for this at all, so I consider it a very lucky find. So that's pretty cool. Getting towards the end of this video, I don't want to carry on too long, but we got this really cool. Now this is a slightly more modern one. I think this is probably from the Macau era. So a little look, made in Thailand. So yeah, this is a 1985 copyright, and it is the BMW 323i, or as we like to call it, the 30 shape BMW convertible. But again, in absolutely mint condition, very nice condition. There's also a blue variation of this, which I do have, but I don't know what I've done with it. But it's here somewhere packed away. But again, loads of suspension. Rolls quite nice, and we'll offer up the caravan if I can. And there we go, and that would make an awesome combination. So there we go, so that is the BMW 323i. And the last piece I'm going to be showing for this week is this awesome, I think it's the cattle truck, possibly, but I know it's based on a Dodge. But again, it's in really nice survivor condition. I think I paid something really silly for this, like about 50p. It wasn't expensive, but it was just the truck. And these were really flimsy. I'm not even going to squeeze them. Back in the day, these always are destroyed, or the back bits are broke off, etc, etc. I have a couple of other variations of these. I have some later variations which still have their cattle, but I was amazed to find this at a car boot sale in such good condition without anything being bust off, and this is a particular one that has a tow hitch. I don't know if it will tow my caravan, I don't think it will, but I do remember there was a trailer that would come with these, which I do not have, but it is very cool. But there we go. So I can make out, it looks like, I think it's a 76 copyright, Matchbox super fast. And this one, hang on, this one's made in Macau. So this is a later one, it's not an earlier one. I've got an earlier one, I was supposed to go out the earlier one, that's what I've done. But it doesn't matter, I've grabbed the one with the tow hitch anyway. But like I said, these were very brittle. It is unusual to not find these bust off. But this wasn't the one I was thinking of. There you go, Cattle Truck. Yeah, it's the yellow one. I've got a yellow version. I've got a couple of versions of these, but it's the yellow version. That is the earlier version. This is the later version. It doesn't matter. And again, I don't think it'll fit. No, but we'll just rest it there like that. But anyway, bit of a random video, I know. Thank you for sticking through it. We'll be definitely sorting some cars out, hoping and praying this guy is going to be well enough to be back again this week to open the store. I will check tomorrow. Like I said before, he did mention that he was having treatment, but I have put some cars aside. But what I think I'll do is I'll go in there and buy a couple of weeks worth of cars, so I can do the next few weeks of vintage Matchbox Monday episodes, so that if he's not around, I'm not having to try and do an off-the-cuff video, because that's what this was tonight. I literally just threw this together. But anyway, I am rambling. With that, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Take care.